Hello everybody, my name is KeyboardSlapper and today is the start of a brand new series that I like to call the Xbox Live Indie Feature of the Week, where I scout out for some of the best and worst indie titles to be found on the Xbox Live Marketplace today. A quick rundown about how this series is going to work: I will be playing the trials of some of the newest indie titles on the Xbox Live Marketplace, and my final verdict will be whether I buy the game or not. I have no clue about the games I'm about to play, apart from their genre and who made them, and apart from that I know nothing about it. I'm going to be reviewing it as I go through the game instead of playing it beforehand. I think that's a more flowing review. I feel like that will come off much better, and that's the plan. The main reason I'm starting this series is because I really like the Xbox Live Indie Marketplace. It has some great titles out there, but I feel that they get next to no press, so I really just want to go ahead and give them the coverage they deserve. There's a lot of great games out there. There are also a lot of bad games, but even the really bad games are somewhat charming, and I think they deserve some form of recognition. So I am going to go ahead and feature some random ones. I don't know which ones yet. We will find out as we go along. But today we are starting off with Rad Raygun by True Fun Entertainment. This game is a side-scrolling retro platformer, much like Mega Man and Metroid Prime, and it looks quite adorable, and from the music that I'm hearing from the intro screen, it has a great soundtrack. I have noticed, I think, a couple of grammar mistakes in this story section that you've probably been seeing flicking around while I'm doing this introduction, but I'm not going to be too picky. I'm here to review the game, not be a grammar Nazi. In the menu we got credits, quit, and start game, so guess what we're going to do? We're going to start the game, and the year is 198X, and this is Dr. Yokoi, who made a robot called Ryu, and now we are at the White House, and that is the president, and he is angry. Mr. President, we're under attack! So, we play as the robot Ryu, who is a combination of a attack robot, I believe, and the professor's assistant, who accidentally got fused to the robot, and that's why he has such great mobility, I guess, and the power to jump very high but walk very slowly. The power that we all want. He also has a very Mega Man-esque laser beam which doesn't have a charge, and pew pew pew, and for some reason his thumb on his left hand lights up every time he fires his gun. Not a clue why, but hey, what are you gonna do? He can't move. Okay, he can move when he's ducked, it just looks a bit awkward. Okay, so these are tutorials. So double jump, fire, and a hole in a wall. Probably my fault from trying out the firing tutorial. Wow, the secret services are having a hard time against these smiley looking missiles. Oh my god, he has such a good mustache. How could they be losing with a guy like that? That is rugged. So we are fighting in the White House against the communist robots made by Professor What's His Name, and we are trying to save the president, and so on and so forth. And I'm guessing so far that's what I've been told. What we got? We got the slide ability, which requires me to press the right bumper. Okay, let's try it. Okay, let's try it. Okay, let's try. Right bumper, right? Bumper. Right bumper. I know my left and right. Right bumper. Right bumper? Oh, there we go. Oh, okay, I don't have to be ducked already. Okay, that's good. For a moment there, I thought we were going to be in a bit of trouble, but nope, we're good. Careful about losing sight of the enemies, Rad. They might seem to magically reappear because of your tiny memory. The 80s are tough. So you have nice throwbacks to the old games as well. So this is very much a retro title. Oh, God. And as you can see, it looks like it was on the original Game Boy due to the greenish color tones, which I think is quite nice. I think it's got a really nice style to him. Now, what is that? As well as robots, they've also got giant cyborg-looking people, I guess. I guess they're cyborgs. I haven't a clue, to be honest, but they look quite terrifying, and they've got very big guns. These are nice fire effects, but does the fire actually hurt you? No, it doesn't. So if you ever see the fire, feel free to walk through it. It's actually not an obstacle whatsoever, but I have a feeling like it was meant to hurt you, or they wouldn't have put this little jumping area in. All right, so let's go down here and slide, surprise attack. He has a real nice slide as well, so if there's like a huge under area, he'll slide under all of it, whereas oh god, he came back. Okay, I see what they mean by a lack of memory. This is like a lot of the other retro games where you got to go around and find new items which you can either equip or just unlock new abilities like the slide attack, and I've just got the damage upgrade acquired. Upgrade? Yes, I'm suddenly 12, and it does what it says on the tin. My laser attack now does more. At least I think it's a laser. I'm really not too sure. It could be firing Tic Tacs for all I know. Take that, you Soviet scum. I really don't know what to think of these guys. They look like they don't really fit in. And they're not very good at doing their job, and he's reloading for ages. Is he meant to be? Oh god, there he goes. So I feel like I'm fighting a mixture of the Looney Tunes and Oh god, what have I done? Okay, I have glitched 2 pixels into the side. Okay, how do I get... Can I... No, not gonna let me. It has got a really good style, and I really like the sound effects, but it does seem kind of easy. I mean, it's not like the old retro games where they're absolutely relentless. This actually gives you a chance. It has health packs to begin with, whereas a lot of the old retro games didn't even have that. They just sort of let you die and then try again. The backslide ability acquired. Press B to perform a backslide. Alright. Okay. Why does it have to be a backslide? Why can't it be a front slide? Can I actually do the front slide off it? No. So why couldn't it just be a front slide? Makes things a little bit more different, I guess. I'm guessing by all the skulls and crosses that I'm not meant to go this way. Or maybe it's just trying to make me think I can't go that way. What a cunning idea. Oh, no. No. Alright. Nope, you're just not meant to go that way. Okay, I'll remember that. I'll listen to the signs. But then why put that there? Maybe it's to make people think there is a reason for being... Okay, maybe they knew people like me were going to play this game and that's why they put it there. Alright, so there is a health thing over there. And let's see if I can grab it. Oh no, I fell! Okay, so that's not for me. Okay, so now we are fighting what looks like a transvestite. Let's have a little bit of a read. I'm gonna have to do this in a woman voice. I'm guessing she's from the 80s, so, women all sounded the same no matter what generation, unless it's, I don't know, the 1920s, so I think I'll be alright.
We're taking over. This is totally communist country now.
As if a material girl like you is totally a capitalist.
Gag me with a spoon.
Excuse me?
For each according to their like, need, and stuff.
What? What the hell is she doing? Oh, okay, so just slide behind her like that and then fire away. Oh, okay. This is quite easy. Probably helps that I'm really short so all her bullets fly over me as well. Well, alright, that was really easy, so they call that a boss battle. Now, at this point is where the trial would actually end, but a little secret here. I've already bought the game. Straight away, it was requested that I should buy it because my partner was already playing it and she really liked it. So it was only 80 Microsoft points, so I thought, why not? I'll go ahead and buy it, and this will be my first feature. But for the rest of the games that I'm going to be doing, I will be just playing the trial and then judging whether I should buy it right at the end. Luckily, all these games, they tend to be around 80 Microsoft points, unless they actually have some pride in their work, and then it's usually a higher price. But it just means that I don't have to burn a hole in my bank account just to do this series. And I'm actually going to carry on playing Rad Raygun right now. This isn't an outro. We are now in Afghanistan. We are now fighting for the US. I mean, we're already in the White House, but now we are in a foreign country, shooting foreigners. Yes, this is taking a turn for the worse. I've actually played this second level for about 5 seconds already, and the first thing that I noticed, and the only thing that I really noticed, is that it is so easy. You just run through, pressing the X button and holding forwards, and you don't even have to jump for like the first 2 minutes until you get up to this point, and then you get a tank to fire. And then it's really easy. You think a tank is going to be a little bit harder to take down, but no. And it's kind of disappointing because you expect it to be more like the retro titles where it's more challenging, but it kind of misses that bit. And this, I don't even know what's going on with this. It's like 2 griffins have accidentally butt-fucked each other and something's gone wrong. Press Y on the pause menu to refill Rad's health. Instead of having to go to the start menu then press Y, why not just have it assigned to the Y, which isn't actually doing anything at the moment? That seems a really pointless idea. That seems like making more effort than is really needed. I keep getting confused here. I think this is a water level, but nope, this is just sand. So I always think I'm going to fall to my death, but it's never the case. I'm glad that they allowed the ability to go back on yourself in case you've forgotten something. So you can just run back and the level will shift back to the original camera angle and you can collect items that you've otherwise forgotten, which is still, you know, again, a nice touch. And I really don't understand what these things are. Whoa, where did you come from? Being hit in the ass. I am dead. Second death. First death that wasn't by my own hand. What the hell is that? Oh, it's an RPG on wheels. Okay, didn't see that coming. RPG on wheels. So that's what the Americans have been working on recently. While holding Y, oh, that's where the Y button comes into it. Okay, now I understand why you have to press start and then press Y, because there's another move. Understood. Understood. That makes sense now. Press Y. Take that guy down. I imagine as the game progresses that this is going to be a really nice feature as it goes on, because those griffins are really hard to take down with just a laser. This game is so far adding new things which I didn't think was actually going to be in it, and actually this is turning out to be a real nice game. Moonwalk. Moonwalk. Oh god. I did not see him there. That camouflage worked quite well. I like the way that taking on enemies is much more of a challenge if they're just on a slight elevation compared to you, and then you have to do the odd jumping and firing at the same time, which makes it a really difficult task. Whereas if they're just on the same level as you, it just becomes really, really easy, and you can take them out in seconds. Another damage upgrade. This game isn't going to be one of those games where once you get all the upgrades, it becomes a walk in the park, right? Fuck right. I guess if I did have to nitpick, I would say that the checkpoints, the fact that it has an arrow pointing in that direction, though it itself is the checkpoint, kind of confuses me, because I think that it says the checkpoint is in that direction rather than this is the checkpoint and you should go in that direction, because this is a platformer and it's pretty obvious which direction you've got to go in, not the way you just came. Also, the fact that it feels the need to tell me that I need to shoot. Just below, right at the bottom in that little cube, it says press X. Why does it feel the need to tell me how to shoot? I've been doing it for the last 15 minutes. Come on! I think I know how to do this already. For a game which is retro inspired, it's surprising to see that it feels the need to hold your hand through a lot of the game. I mean, it doesn't come up with like constant tutorials, it's like little reminders. So it's not as bad as if a black box popped up in the middle of the screen telling you how to play the game all over again. It's not that bad, but still, it's that little thing where you're sort of like, I don't need this. Remind me how to do it by giving me a section which doesn't tell me how to do it, but requires me to do it to progress through the level, like Super Meat Boy did. Like where you're told a skill like how to do a long jump, and then later on you have to do that long jump again, but it doesn't tell you, but you need to do it, and it's the only way to progress. Just so it reminds you that skill is actually there, but you're not actually told that you need to use it. So it still requires some form of thought process instead of the game just telling you how to do it. Beat it, you weird tank!
In your dreams, Raygun.
Yeah, I feel like he needs that sort of voice because it's a tank, and I imagine tanks are evil. I don't know why. Maybe it's because they're very big, scary, and kill people. See, I don't want to come off as racist, but he is Japanese. I don't know how I'm going to get around this, so I think I'm just going to have to go for the direct approach. Careful, Rad. The tank is invulnerable to your weapons, unless you can find a way to get to his soft underbelly. Okay, so I need to somehow get to his underbelly. I have a guess already. Shoot it from behind? No? Okay, so you can hit its belly when it decides to show it for no apparent reason. That makes it a lot easier for me. Is he going to move from this spot, or is this going to become a really easy boss battle? Looks like it's going to become a very easy boss battle. Yep. And it is not over just yet, but it will be now. And that's that. Jetpack!
Rad, you have to tear down that wall.
Ah, the Berlin Wall, badum-tush, I see what they did there. Ah, communism, blah, 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 blah. The next boss, take down the Berlin Wall, which is, for some reason, firing lasers and very puny cannons, which don't really go very far. Don't seem very lethal whatsoever. Oh, well, let's get to it. Fire, 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 fire. Okay, now that's done. Let's do this. There we go. Alright, there we go. So taking down the Berlin Wall was that easy. So Berlin was pretty easy to conquer. Now we've got to go and save people from a burning building, and it's none of our business, but for some reason we feel the need to do it. So why not? What the hell is that? So is this like a Chernobyl sort of thing going on here? Because that does not look right. Moonwalk, moonwalk, moonwalk. Jump, jump, ladder. Jump, jump. Shoot, you're not meant to jump. Okay, it just killed himself, so woo, okay, carry on my day. Jetpack! Choo, 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 choo. The excessive amount of health packs is kind of worrying. As I said before, there are just so many health packs that it doesn't seem that much of a challenge. And it's just enforcing that. It's just throwing more health packs at me. And I really think it's unnecessary. It makes the game, like, so much less of a challenge because I don't have to worry about my health going down. I just, after I've taken down someone, if I lost some health, in like the next few seconds there's a health pack waiting for me, so I don't have to worry about it, which is quite a shame because it just usually with these sort of platformers you have to really think about your next move, like the enemies that are going to be around the corner, how much health you have, will you be able to tackle the situation, whereas this you don't really need to think about that, you just need to run in and do it. I really thought this game was going to be challenging, but it's really not, and you know, I'm quite disappointed. Armor upgrade acquired, now I can take more damage. See, I really am worried that these armor upgrades and damage upgrades are really going to make the game more easier than it already is. I'm trying to avoid the damage increase ones already because I think it's so unnecessary. I see what they're trying to do with adding upgrades, making more replayability because you can go back and find the upgrades, but it's just, it doesn't seem necessary. It just seems like you're making a game which is already quite easy more easy, and that's the last thing I want because there's no difficulty setting on here, so I can't choose to have a more difficult playthrough or anything. Though I'm not a huge fan of the damage upgrades and the armor upgrades. I'm quite a big fan of the other features they give you, which you can actually use instead of things that are just already activated, like increased damage. Like the jetpack, like you get to use that in a short burst, you get some more height so you can get to areas which you otherwise couldn't have normally, and you can hit enemies a little bit easier, which you have to jump to. I think that's really nice, because you can also, whereas when you jump, you can't use your Y attack, but if you use the jetpack and then use your Y attack, you can. Whereas damage upgrades and armor upgrades aren't really that good, they're just making the game easier. These new skills, they're so much better because they're not just upgrade, they are skills which make the game, it just makes it more playable and gives you other options to conquer different parts of the levels. Like if you're going on and taking an enemy, instead of awkwardly jumping and taking about 15 minutes to do so, you can just use the jetpack and hit him off with a few shots. And you could say, yes, that's making it easier as well, but it just makes it more fun. You have more options under your arsenal, and that's a really good thing to have. A lot of games these days actually require to have new skills to keep the game interesting, and it is a really good thing to have because it does add that extra bit of playability and replay value. Because if you can't unlock all the skills, then you got to come back and collect them later. It's like how uninteresting Devil May Cry and Bayonetta and games like that would be if there wasn't a skills selection. Because it gives players different ways of playing the games instead of those games which don't give you any skills at all and you end up pressing the same button for however many hours it takes to complete the game. I'm looking at you, Anarchy Reigns. Also makes climbing ladders really quick with the jetpack. Another thing to pick at, they give you the health boost in the menu as well as the health packs you can find lying about. That seems overkill. How hard do they think their own game is? There must be a difficulty setting. There's not. There's nothing. If you're not a huge fan of the whole retro Game Boy color scheme, you can go into the menu and also change your color. So if you really want to play a sort of Hotline Miami vibrant kind of sickening color scheme, then it's completely doable. You can play on a really harsh blue or cyan or red or green. Let's just see what it's like if I jot down all the colours. So if you really want, you can play in pitch black, which if you think the game is a bit too easy, this will surely make it a little bit more difficult for you. Let's try playing in an eye-popping red. Ow. Alright, let's change the colour back before my eyes decide to actually bleed. Whew. Well, alright, that's much better. I think I'll keep it as the original from now on. Wait, what's this way? It's telling me to go up. Oh, it doesn't want me to go that way. But I have to. It's trying to trick me. Or not. Okay, so it wasn't trying to trick me. It was just trying to tell me that if I don't want to repeat the level again, I should probably go that way. Wait, does that also mean that I can skip out half the level if I just did that? I hope that's not the case, or that is, well, good for speedrunners. But not good if you're trying to get the full amount out of this game. It's already really short. And I better not have to change my controllers to take you out. If you don't get that reference, I am slightly disappointed in you. Okay, let's see if this guy's as easy as the other ones. Hopefully not. Though I am losing health, he is now dead. That was probably the quickest boss battle. Alright, I think I am going to leave it now. And the rest, I'm going to leave up to you guys to go check out for yourself. Final verdict? I'm a bit like on the ropes with this game, though I really do like some of the features that it's giving us. Other things like the glitchiness, how short it is, how easy it is, how much it sort of just holds your hand through the whole game. It's kind of a turn off, but it does have a really good style, a really good soundtrack. It is quite good gameplay with quite good special features like the jetpack, which I personally love. So if you weigh out the cons from the pros, it does have a lot more pros than cons, and also much more of a pro. It's only 80 Microsoft points, which I can't stress enough. This is a really cheap game, and for what you're paying, you are getting a good amount of gameplay. Though it's only 5 levels and it's a really easy game, it's 80 Microsoft points, so you really can't fault it. You get a lot of game for your money, so it's definitely worth checking out. So after all of you have gone and bought your, I don't know, most recent Call of Duty map packs or whatever the kids are buying these days, I'm sure you'll have an odd amount of Microsoft points left, and you should go check out the indie marketplace. And I do suggest getting Rad Raygun. It does have its flaws, but all around it is a good game. This is a cute little indie game that definitely deserves some attention, so go check out Rad Raygun. Even if you just go play the trial, definitely give it a shot, and if you like it, go ahead and buy it. Personally, I think it's a must buy, and after this video is done, I'm gonna go ahead and play some more and finally complete the game, because I'm having having a lot of fun with it. Though I have been a bit nitpicky, pointing out what's wrong with it, but every game's going to have something which is wrong with it. And if you don't acknowledge what's wrong with it, how are people going to improve? Anyway, guys, my name is KeyboardSlapper. This has been Rad Raygun on the first Xbox Live indie feature of the week, and I will see you in the next one. Farewell!
Your face, goddammit!